Yo, Shalom. Shalom. I know brothers is a little sick today, so I'm filling in. Um, let's just y'all been here waiting. Hold on, let's see. Yo, Shalom, Latoya, Skillman. I know I was just talking to Juana, Jamie. What's going on? It's me again. What's going on, sisters? Where's the A team? Oh, knock, knock. What's going on? Survival. Edwin Shivers. How are y'all? Shalom. Okay, cool, cool. Yeah, so first and foremost, a Shah Shabbat family. All praises to the Most High for rounding us all up together on this holy day. Um, I am Ambassador Barak, and to my right or to my left is Ambassador Ariyah. Um, and we're going to check in. Everybody pretty much checked in. I'll just go through a little bit of something. This one's gonna be, just about the work, man. Just about laboring and the work, um, and all the good things that's gonna come from it, man. We just gotta, you know, uh, the word of the day is gonna be diligence. We're gonna be diligent, persistent. You know, getting out of that slump. Sometimes we go through little slumps here and there in this walk. So, sometimes it's all right to take a season off, right? But you gotta, you know, uh, retool, right? Re-energize, get reinvigorated, man, and keep it going, right? So from now to the Passat or the Passover to Purim to unleavened bread, right? First fruits, we gonna go hard, right? So we're gonna start right now, and then we're gonna keep it moving. Let's see here. Let's see here. We do. Give me go to Deuteronomy chapter 4.
Con,
Okay, go to
Deuteronomy.
Deuteronomy chapter 4 real quick.
There.
Yeah, it is.
Continuation of last night on everything. Shabbat Shalom, Wonder Woman. Wonder Wana. I'm
Wonder
sorry.
Woman. I say that too sometimes.
Said Deuteronomy 4 and what verse?
Deuteronomy 4. Let's go 5. 4 and 5 and go to 6.
Con. Deuteronomy chapter 4, verse 5. Behold, I have taught you statutes and judgments, even as the Lord my God commanded me, that ye shall do it so in the land whither ye go to possess it.
Right, so he taught us the law, statutes, and commandments, right?
Mhm.
Read.
Verse 6. Keep therefore and do them, for this is your wisdom and your understanding in the sight of the nations,
Mm-hmm.
which shall hear these statutes and say, surely this is a great nation. Surely this great nation is a wise people and understanding people.
Right. All these nations are going to say, surely that this nation is a wise and understanding people. And they will.
All these nations.
Oh, plug it. Yeah. So, and they've been ripping little parts from the Bible, here and there. I mean, that's how they set up this court system. They don't have any sense of justice at all. So they do lean on this thing. Even Islam leans on the Holy Scriptures. It says in the Quran, man, to check to check in uh, with the Holy Scriptures for a reference, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, we gotta be doing something right. The Most I gotta be doing something right. So Um, so the laws aren't done away with, and that's what the Christian church does a disservice. Give me Matthews 5:17. Matthews 5:17. Yeah, man, because it's going to be about that time. It's going to be about that time. That's why they always ask for our advice. What's your take on Israel Palestine? Why do they do that? Because we have the best moral compass. Because our moral compass is thus saith the Lord, the law, statutes, and commandments. That's just innately in us. But, you know, we got to understand that we got to practice them and do them and read them and meditate in them, you know. Um, but like I said, that's what they do, man. They ask for our prayers, they ask for our advice on issues, and if we don't take a side, we get blasted for it, right? But pretty soon, man, they're gonna be coming nigh onto us. They're gonna be cleaving on to us, cleaving onto the house of Jacob because our God is so great and his laws are so great, man. And knowing all that, man, we got to go forth and do this work, man, and get out there on the highways and the byways and on these internet ways, man, and push out this truth. Give me First John chapter 5:19.
Salakia, you just told me to go to Matthew 5:17.
Oh, Matthew's 5:17. I'm sorry. So I was like,
This is-
damn, I'm going quick.
it's okay. Matthew.
Yeah, man.
I come to destroy the law or the prophets. I am not come to destroy, but to fulfill.
Right. So Yahweh said he ain't come to destroy the law or the prophets, but to fulfill. So everything that Moses was talking about was not in vain. Okay. He didn't come here to shut out what Moses had going on. He even quoted the Old Testament too as well. Um, I'll keep reading. 18.
Verse 18. Verily I say unto you, till heaven and earth pass, one jot or one tittle shall in no wise pass from the law till all be fulfilled.
Right. So the earth is still here, yeah? Exactly. So the law is going to be still here until this thing is done away with, until this earth is passed by, right? And gets terraformed into something else after this nuclear destruction. It's still going to be here, or whatever the case may be. So we still got to go out there and represent, man. We still got to go out there and tell our people, "Thus saith the Lord." That's in Deuteronomy, Leviticus, in the first 5 books, just called the Torah. That's what we out here doing. That's the mission, right? That's why we in here checking in, making sure everybody's spirit is good, making sure we go out there, have a nice fruitful week, and we get to teach the people and edify our people, man, so we can get this thing um, kicked in the fifth gear, man. It's the fourth quarter, right? So we gotta be on our P's and Q's.
Exactly.
Yeah, we gotta be on our P's and Q's, man, because it's getting crazy out here. It's getting a little crazy out here. Yeah, we gotta know who we are in this thing, right? And who are we? Who are we? Let's get that in First John 5:19. 1 John 5:19. And if you have anything you want to add or anything, you can go ahead too, brother. It's quite all right.
Con. This is the book of First John, chapter 5:19. Verse 19. And we know that we are of God, and the whole world lieth in wickedness.
Right. So the whole world lieth in wickedness, man. So why would you pray to save this whole world when it lieth in wickedness? The whole world doesn't get a chance to repent. Remember that repentance is only for Israel. Okay. Repentance is only for Israel, man, and that's why they have that guilt. That's why they trying to get out of there, man. That's what. Oh, okay. Do, do, do. Okay, Con. Let's move on. Let's move on. 'Cause you know that the whole world is wicked as heck right now, man, and it feels like like James 4:4, the whole world is at enmity with God, right?
God.
And we know that the Most High is revealing um, who His children are slowly but surely. It's slowly coming, right? Um, there's a lot of ways to go, but we almost there, man. The world is waking up and asking important questions about who the people are that's really in their land right now. And what does this have to do with these Negroes? I think didn't they say? Have you seen that too? There was like this Israeli lady, and she said the biggest threat to us is gonna be the young Black Americans or something like that. Did you hear that? I seen a clip of that. I don't know how long ago that was, but it's just like, why are they so concerned with us, right?
Yeah, just because the stuff that we capable of doing, and also with the government and whatnot, they know that we are rebellious. Okay, the government can say this thing right here. If they come up in the hood with this stuff, with that nonsense, it's gonna go clean the other way,
Con,
and they know this.
con.
Just like our forefathers was rebellious towards the Most High in all different captivities. You really think we gonna listen to this government? Make it make sense. Like referring to the government, like make it make sense.
Right, right. And then let's see, because I'm gonna get that scripture that you just talked about being our fathers being rebellious, we're being rebellious. But let's keep it moving. Give me Proverbs 22:1.
Got you.
Yeah, Proverbs 22:1. Because I know we're trying to risk it all, man. And I know that from last night I was bringing up like like the Jonathan Majors, right? Didn't Eddie Murphy say that Hollywood won't let a black man get out clean?
Mm-hmm.
Didn't he
I
say
heard
that?
that. Yep.
Yeah. I think there was somebody else too. I want to say Martin Lawrence, but sometimes I'll be thinking about comedians and they all the same person. So,
Mm.
so I'm thinking that it was Eddie Murphy though that said it though. But yeah, man, and they play games with us because this is one thing that they always want us to do is entertain them. That's the only way that we get paid those amounts of money anyway. And so knowing that's like one of the main avenues that our people go through to make it in this country, man, we actually end up being tarnished, and being lynched as far as career wise go, and even just put in jail, lynched online, lynched in the news. But what am I trying to say? Proverbs 22:1. Oh, is he? I think he froze. Oh, are you there, bro?
Yeah. My Wi-Fi was just
Okay.
like,
No,
my,
no, it's all good. I knew it. I knew it. Yeah, Proverbs 22:1.
uh,
Yeah, Proverbs 22 and verse 1. Shabbat family. Yeah, but let's look at this though right here. What you got? What you holding, Mother Matthias? 2 Corinthians 4:4. In whom the God of this world has blinded the minds of them which believeth not, lest the light of the glorious gospel of the Mashiach Yahweh, who is the image of the Most High, should shine on to them. That's that's true, right? I think in James, right? James in the first chapter talks about being double-minded, right? This world, man, it tempts your flesh, and it causes like that battle between your flesh and your spirit. That's what Paul was talking about, right? So sometimes man, I can't get right. I know what I should do, and I'm not doing it. I go through that too. I know what I should be doing, but I'm doing bad stuff, you know, and vice versa. We just can't get right as a people sometimes, you know. And then when we almost all the way there, they take out one of our leaders, or they um, bankrupt one of our institutions, or one of our centers that we've built up. Anything that we build up, they take and they rob from it, they destroy it, or they repurpose it and take it and uh, make their own thing from it, right? But anyway, Proverbs 22:1. The
I
water
got,
brother.
I got it.
Hmm?
I said I got out of one.
Yeah,
Proverbs chapter 22, verse 1. A good name is rather to be chosen than great riches.
right. That's what I mean. Like, and what would be a good name? What's a good name? A good name would be a good father, a good husband, a good man in the community, just for the men,
Mm-hmm.
um,
Yes.
someone that give me hold on one second. I'm like getting scriptures in my mind now. This is really just a freestyle, but it's all good. No, it's cool. Ecclesiastes 12, the whole duty of man. Ecclesiastes 12:12, I believe. My computers are frozen.
Ecclesiastes 12 and you said 12 and 12?
I believe so,
Oh, the whole conclusion? Okay.
yeah.
Ecclesiastes chapter 12, verse 13. Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter. Fear God and keep his commandments, for this is the whole duty of man.
So that's the whole duty of man, man. And if you do that, man, that would be a good name, once you think, to the Most High. Is anybody else, like, for like the lady? I know there's a lot of ladies on here. What would be like a good name, like, besides the law, statutes, and commandments? What would be something um, the Most High would say? You know what? She's a good woman. Like, does anybody have some examples of what would be good for a woman to do to have a good name? Will be you know better than getting riches and loving favor, like a heavy social media presence with your behind in every picture, because that's not a good name for a woman. Yeah, that wouldn't be something that's good. So does anybody have some examples of good things for a woman to be called a good name in the eyes of the Most High?
I got a precept for it.
Okay, come. Yeah, and y'all. I mean, if you don't have anything, that's cool. I'll do some stuff. Oh, here we go. You can read what you got too, brother.
God. Raising our children under the laws and statutes of the Most High. God. This is Proverbs chapter 31.
Oh, you're getting to Proverbs 31. Oh, okay.
Mm, verses 11, verses 10 and 11. Then I'm gonna drop down to the last two verses.
Okay, before you get that, I'm just gonna read off some things. So, Mother Matthias said, raising her children under the laws. That that's great. That's great. That's great. That's one of the most important things, right? That's one of the most important things. Loving her husband. That's right. Being a good wife goes a long way. That's right. That's right. Being a good wife makes the brother have a long life. Um, what does that mean? I don't know what that means, bro.
Uh,
I don't know. I don't know, brother. That's all right though. Yeah. So I mean, if that's a brother, brother or a sister. I mean, what would be a good name? What would the Most High think would be a good name? Like, oh man, that's a good person. That's a good man. That's a good woman. Older woman teaching younger women, yeah, because and not just teaching them though, teaching them like the right things, because they're teaching them everything. They're teaching them all the wickedness that they did, and they're teaching them how to get away with the stuff, right? But let's get what you got though. Proverbs 31, and I'll read what the sisters are putting on here too. Um,
Okay.
yeah, let's read some of that.
That I'm gonna read what I got. Proverbs chapter 31 and verse 10. Who can find a virtuous woman, for her price is far above rubies?
Right. So that's once again, it's comparing, having a good character is better than having um, financials. So in this day and age, it's almost if what the online people are saying is like, if you aren't successful as far as how much your salary is, you really ain't nothing. You're just not even a person. You know, when the fact is like, that person that's got that salary or whatever, he might not be a good person though. You know, you might enter in that relationship, whether you're a man or a woman, you might get abused, get cheated on, blackmailed, all that type of stuff. Children get taken away from you because
Mm-hmm.
that person just is not that person that you thought he was or you thought she was. Yeah, she had a bag, but she was just not right in the spirit. Yeah, he had a bag, but there was something real devious about him. You know, that's
Exactly.
that's like a trap that we fall in, and Hollywood and our people being in the entertainment industry don't do us no better because that's all we like to do. That's the one idolatrous thing that we do. Is we always, I be seeing like the R&B singers, right? Then I'll go on the comments in the video, and these people are like worshiping these people, man. And this is very interesting stuff. But keep reading. Sorry.
No, you good. You good. Take your time. Take your time. I was looking at the comments. That's it.
Oh, okay.
Verse 11. The heart of her husband do safely trust in her, so that he shall have no need of spoil.
Come.
Verse 30.
Oh, can you read it again? Hold on. Can you read it again?
Okay, God, I got you. The heart of her husband do safely trust in her.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. The mind. The mind. The heart is the mind, right? It's just like how many of y'all? I'm not married enough like that, right? But like a lot of us have trust issues, though. You know, and especially for my generation, man, we got these strangers on these apps, and all of a sudden they're just over your house. When you get into a relationship with people, whether it's a man or a woman, you still don't know them from Adams to Apple. So it's just like that whole process, and that's why we got to get back to the laws, man, because we got to have some sort of courting. There's got to be like that. I just feel like there's so much pressure to just do what you got to do, or else you're gonna get lost out. Because it's like fast food out here, right? It's like fast
mhm,
food out here. If you don't get the sandwich with pickles, you could just scrap it and go to another one and get whatever you want, right? I feel like that's how it is. And there's not a lot of trust because you don't know nobody. We all just dealing with strangers and hop into another one. So, that'd be nice to be in a relationship where the man and the woman can fully trust each other and have a peace of mind around that person, knowing that you're not going to have any of that guile or that deceit. Because I know that Yahweh, when he was walking the earth, he found a man and he was like, finally, a Jew with no ulterior motives. It'd be nice to have people that didn't have a backup plan or a plan B as they were getting to know you. You know, it'd be nice to know that you were just all for each other and you was all trying to build a foundation for the Most High. So at least your family in your house can keep the law, statutes, and commandments and live life and be set apart, man. And be set apart. Keep reading about whatever you got.
Um,
Unless that's it.
Matter of fact, let me jump down to. I did have another precept also, but
Yeah. We could keep pumping along. Yeah, come on.
okay. Let me get verse 30. Let me get 30 and 31. I'm gonna read it all out.
Okay.
Then I got one more precept.
Okay.
Favor is the same book, Proverbs chapter 20. I mean 31, verse 30. Favor is deceit and beauty is vain, but a woman that feareth the Lord, she shall be praised. Give her the fruit of her hands and let her own works praise her in the gates. The key word, what you was looking for, is actually in verse 30. But a woman that feared the Lord, great quality.
Right. Right. Because I know that sometimes when I'm talking to people and like, oh yeah, I do Bible classes, and if she has that spirit or fear, it's not going to be a ghost. It's not going to be left unread, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be, oh wow, then you you probably might know how to. You might be showing self control. Then you might not be so willing and ready to cheat because you probably fear the Most High too. Oh, okay, you know, and that's what that's about. Oh yeah, hold on. Let me read the chat. Hold on, get that precept ready. Read the chat. Hold on. Making sure her husband has good meals and a clean home, or grandma did. We talking about a good name. Good name for men. Good name for women. We were just talking about that on Proverbs 22:1. If you're just joining us, please like and subscribe and share this video. You understand? Ashar Shabbat 2 family. But Proverbs 22 and 21 that sparked the discussion that we had. A good name is rather to be chosen than great riches, and loving favor rather than silver and gold. And so that's why we're on the world famous Proverbs 31 woman talking to the sisters right now. So, what is it? A poor man about these scriptures is far better than a rich man about this world. That's right. Because it doesn't take that much for the Most High to be like, okay, the brother that's kind of struggling with the nice honorable wife, she's kind of losing faith. Satan's probably tempting her. She got DMs from ballers. You know what? I think it's time to elevate the brother. Boom! All of a sudden, something happens. Now we getting a nice little check. And it's a wrap. All right. That's what the Most High can do. The Most High can make a man rich, or he makes a man poor. You know, that's what it is. He said, "Stop by my nails." Uh, Bread and bad spirits everywhere. Yo, Salib, what's going on, brother?
Live, I ain't seen the brother in like how many years?
Man, it's been like 3 years now, bro. I gotta get out to East St. Louis, bro. Dang, I just been stuck. How timely the message is. Right. I heard that today. Women are not proposing to the men. Yeah. I mean,
What?
I don't really know about all that. That's real. I think it's like if you're gonna do that as a woman, like you really just want that ceremony. You're really trying to just get that ceremony, man.
That would be different. That's just me. That's just me. That would be different.
Right. Hey, man. I'll stay up, King. Stay up, King, man. I know. We'll see you shortly, man. We'll see you shortly. Said I'll timely the message today. Yeah, and that's another one too. Ecclesiastes 7:1. A good name is better than precious ointment, and the day of the death than the day of one's birth. That's really the one. That's really the one. But I like the one with the great riches, just because it explains what I was trying to go with a little bit better. But that's really the one, though, because a good name is better than precious ointment. A good name is better uh, in the day of one's death, like at the end. So, um, and that's letting you know that this isn't a sprint at all. This is a marathon. This isn't a sprint at all. This is a marathon. So you could obtain a good name before the day that you pass away, or for the day that the Most High calls you back. You know. So yeah, man, that's powerful. That was a great precept. Great precept. And then I think you might have had another one.
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
Proverbs again, chapter 12 and verse 4. A virtuous woman is a crown to her husband,
Mm-hmm.
but she that maketh ashamed is rotten in his bones.
Yeah, I know that. Hey, yo, shalom. First time here. Oh, all praises to the Most High. All praises. Well, we're glad to have you. We're glad to have you. I don't know how long you've been on, but we're just talking about good names and what that means. I know we got a lot of sisters on here, so we're talking about the women, which is okay. We don't like to get on y'all too much, so we like to do it evenly. Get on the Negroes and the women over here. We're a just balance weight, just like the Most High. But anyway, okay. So that was cool. Okay, let's it's me again some love. Get Proverbs 12 and 4. Let's see what's going on right there.
I just read. Okay. Proverbs chapter 12.
Never mind. You good. Yeah, Proverbs 12 and 4.
A virtuous woman is a crown to her husband.
Oh, okay. Yeah, okay. Cut. Yeah, that great verse. Making machine is rottenness to his bones. Yeah, I mean, it's just a relationship, man. The dynamics of the relationship, man. Like, who wants to come home and feel ashamed, embarrassed, belittled, feel like you're like a little kid in front of your significant other? Maybe even the kids are around and y'all are yelling at each other, man. Who wants to be in an environment like that, man? That's not good. And that's unhealthy. Rottenness in his bones. I mean, people just read it and like, yeah, rottenness in his bones. Yeah, it's unhealthy. When your bones are rotting, you are in an unhealthy state that could lead to an early grave, So being healthy, good communication, not evil communication. Evil communication can cause stress in the rottenness in bones because it does deteriorate you. It does get at you, man, when you say bad things and negative things to people. And we know the power of the tongue, right? It can, add fuel to the fire or it can quench out the fire. And I think that, women should take heed to that because, y'all got some mouths. But you can use it for good or you can use it for evil, just like the man, We could use our situations to de-escalate some things, or you got a problem with that brother? All right, let's get him. Oh, you got a problem with that brother? Hey man, I'm gonna go over there and talk to him, man, see if we can smooth things out. It's the power of the tongue, right? That's what that is. So as men and as women, we have to know that we have the capacity to do great evil with our actions and our tongue, or we have a chance to pacify and be peacemakers, right? Because that's this thing is right. I know that during the Israel-Palestine height of the conflicts with everybody online, I mean, people were throwing out that "blessed is the peacemakers" verse, So, because I mean, as a nation, huh?
No, I was agreeing with you.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because as a nation of people, we're not just a nation of warmongers at all. No. Is there some infighting that goes on in some of our communities? Yeah, sure, but that's not all of us. Not all of us. The so-called white man, he's got weapons and whole facilities made for just that purpose, in this country. So
Oh my goodness.
what
Oh
happened?
wow. No, you. What you just said. Oh
Hey
wow.
man, we just having fun, man. At this point, man, this is like what, the fifth one, the sixth one. I've been doing classes all week, man. This is so fun. But yeah, hold on, yeah, Shalom, Emily. Do. Sharper than a two-edged sword. That's right. Yeah, be like the last word. Or be kind when people are going to do things. I agree with. That's true too. We got to be considerate too, as well. I mean, I think that's the hardest part though too, is reaching out to somebody that you just seen that you don't know that's going through something, and just taking it in like, yo, you all right? Like that. That's kind of hard. It looked easy, but when you in a rush, you doing different stuff, and you on the phone or something like that, and you see somebody that's one of your people and they going through it, man, go over there and test that thing out, man, and see how you feel afterward, and then practice that on your relationships, man. Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, kind of brother. Yeah, but anyway, uh, yeah. So we didn't get off track. Nothing's off track with the Most High. Um, should I go from here? Yeah.
Mm,
So dealing with that good name, and it's better than riches. We still got to go out here and do the work. We got to do our work as far as the plantation goes, and we got to do this work as far as the Most High goes, right? So there's two different types of work, right? Just like brothers told me, we got two different professions. I got I got the plantation gig, and then I got my job as a servant of the Most High. All right. So with that, we can't be sluggers, man. We got to keep pushing. Like I said, even though some of us kind of go up and down during the season and different seasons, we got to make sure that we stay consistent and not fall all the way off. Give me Proverbs 10:4.
okay. Proverbs 10:4. And I got like a few precepts from what you just said a few seconds ago.
You could get Proverbs 10:4 real quick so I don't forget, and then you could go and run with it. Throw out.
Okay. Proverbs chapter 10, verse 4. He becometh poor that dealeth with slack hand, but the hand of the diligent maketh rich.
Right. So I mean, nothing in this verse is condemning somebody for being rich at all. That is not what this is saying. It's basically saying like, hey, if you are slacking, like, and if you don't got no bread, I mean that's on you, But if you stay true to it and you stay consistent, diligent. That's why this is the word, man. Diligent. Let's be diligent in everything that we do. It's not just a class for us, for you. It's definitely a class for me because I got to be more diligent. That's dang near why I came out with this. This is just a letter to myself, to be perfectly honest with you. So, yeah, man. So, practice makes perfect, right? That whole thing.
Yes.
That whole thing. But you can't be perfect if you don't practice. You
Yeah.
got to put in a certain hour. You gotta you gotta have a certain. I think what is it like 10,000 hours until you become a master at something. It's almost equivalent of 10 years, maybe. I might have to get my math a little wrong. But yeah, man,
Yeah.
we gotta be more diligent, more consistent, more persistent when it comes to these law, statutes, and commandments. Now, get what you got, brother. Go ahead.
Now going back to what you was talking about, as far as the man working on both avenues, as far as the plantation and pretty much being a watchman and whatnot, like when we out there up on the streets telling our people right from wrong, that's right there. That's doing one of the main works of the Most High. It's a scripture validating it in Ezekiel chapter 3, verses 17 through 19.
Khan, bring it out.
And it reads, Son of man, I have made thee to be a watchman unto the house of Israel. Israel is every so-called black, Hispanic, Native American that's up on earth, pretty much. We have to watch okay, first our family. We got to teach them right from wrong, even though our grandmother that had the customs already. For an example, my great grandmother that had passed away maybe about 5 years ago. She knew this conversation when I was speaking about us being Hebrews, us being Israelites, us being the chosen people. She knew this stuff I think I was what maybe hmm, 21, 22. Um, and she actually agreed to it. Like she already know certain things that modern day holidays and whatnot. She knows she's not supposed to be celebrating, but based up on like the family and whatnot, they're stiff necked. They don't want to listen. So whatever they come around, they just come around. She don't really partake in it. So it was like okay, she knew, but like okay, somewhere down the line, somebody like okay, me was gonna continue to teach. But let me bring this out again. O son of
Khan.
man, I have made thee to be a watchman unto the house of Israel. Therefore, hear the word at my mouth and give them warning from me. That's what we do. That's part of the
Mm-hmm.
works right there.
Mm-hmm.
When I say unto the wicked, the people that don't want to know common sense and common logic or even God's laws, statutes, and commandments, thou shalt surely die. And thou giveth them not warning, nor speaketh to warn the wicked from his wicked ways, anything that's contrary to common sense. Hold on. Thou shalt surely die, and thou giveth him not a warning, nor thou speaketh to warn him from his wicked way to save his life. That's our mission. That's what we're trying to do. The same wicked man shall die in his iniquity. It may not be a physical, but it could be mentally or spiritually or morally. But his blood I will require at thine hands, since we know we have to push the message. Verse 19. Yet if thou warn the wicked, and he turn not from his wickedness, nor from his wicked way, he shall die in his iniquity. But thou hast delivered thy soul. So we gave the warning, like we have to give them, if we have to give them the warning. If something happened to them, if they do not, if let me slow down. If we do give the message, we do give the warning and whatnot, and they still decide to do that, our hands is clean from it.
That's right. That's right. We were basically marking them. So when we out on the streets or people are flying in and flying out here on the chat or on the video on the live, I mean, we're still if they could hear a little bit of it, man, we still market them though. If they heard Proverbs 22, they heard 4 and 6, Deuteronomy. If they heard, so some of these other ones, Proverbs 10 and 4. I mean, we kind of marked them a little bit because it's in their head, but they just choosing to get rid of it. So on the day of their visitation, they're going to be shown that, you know. There was one Shabbat you was scrolling mighty fast past that video, man, and they were saying a lot of things in there, and you just kind of went by it. That was your opportunity, right? But let me get John 7:24, right? So judge not according to the appearance, but judge righteous judgment. We still we're still judging. I mean, if your child is unsupervised and he's doing something crazy, or if he's if he's like a 6-year-old and he's got a crayon or a permanent marker, he's about to draw on somebody's Cadillac. I mean, I got to judge a righteous judgment and I got to grab that child, and try to knock on the door and see where the heck his parents are. You know what I'm saying? But in this day and age, it's almost like you can't tell nobody nothing. You know, they're telling you not to judge them, even though you walk around outside looking crazy. Men and women dressing crazy, looking crazy, talking crazy, and we just got to let that mental illness just spread through our community without having a voice against it. No, no, no. Because we're afraid to hurt your feelings. No, no, no. We're gonna spare feelings. We're gonna spare all your feelings, and we're gonna come out with "Thus saith the Lord." Because if he's got to come down here to tell you, guess what? We all getting burnt up. Shoot,
Mm-hmm.
he came down. He came down to send Moses a message, and he said, "Yo, give me 50 feet. Tell all the dudes that's with you, give me 50 feet back up because they ain't gonna be able to handle this heat." You know what I'm saying? So that's what it is when you come up. When you come up to the men of the Most High, you gonna be put in that pressure cooker. That's really what it is, man. Because it's hot, man. Because that judgment is hot, and that sword is sharp.
It
And we
definitely
just gotta
is.
get the Lord, man. We can't put our feelings into it. If we could put our feelings into it, then okay, well the so-called white man could join too. Well, okay, the so-called Asian man could join too. Okay, brother. Okay. Okay, sister, you like girls. It's okay, sister. You're like, nah, man, because at the end of the day, we gonna look like a circus, right? Um, you got anything else?
Um,
I'm gonna read the
I
chat. I'm gonna read the chat. Just anyway. Matthew 5. What brother Salib hold it, man? Let me get Matthew 5 real quick.
I'm gonna pull it up for you.
Okay. Con 548. Oh yeah, con. Yeah, so Matthew 5:48, man. Be ye perfect, even as your Father which is in heaven is perfect, man. That's what this thing out, man. Because when we strive for perfection, you're gonna reach the next level. If you shoot for the moon, you're gonna make it into the atmosphere. You're gonna reach your goal. The shooting for the moon isn't technically your goal, but if you shoot for it, you're gonna get so high up there. You're gonna be on top regardless. So that's
Mm-hmm.
what what I'm saying. So that's what this is. You know, and yes, we're keeping the Shabbat right now. We're perfect right now. You know what I'm saying? Like that. That's what it is, man. We definitely are in our perfection right now, this day, and it starts over every day. It starts over every day, man. We got to be perfect every day, or try to be perfect every day. Brother Salil, that was a great verse. That was a great verse. Let me go back to see if anybody says something. Okay, 4. It's me again. You're doing a great job scribing. Doing a great job scribing them out. I love that.
Thank you.
So good. All right. But who should we talk to, right? It's foundational. Give me Matthews 10 and 5. Who should we talk to when we're laboring? Who should we talk to when we're laboring, man?
This is the book of Matthew, chapter. You said Matthew 11, verse 5, or 10 and 5.
10 and 5, and then you can go to 10 and 5 and 6.
God. Matthew chapter 10, verse 5. These 12 Jesus sent forth, saying, Salaki, let me read that out. That's not what that is just said. Matthew
Mm-hmm.
chapter 10 and verse 5. These 12 Jesus sent forth and commanded them, saying, Go not into the way of the Gentiles, but
Mm-hmm.
into any city of the Samaritans enter ye not.
Right. So he didn't say go to the way of the Gentiles. I thought they said neither Greek nor Jew, Gentile, and all that type of stuff. Blah 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 blah. But he's talking about right here, man. Don't go onto people that aren't the Israelites. Read the sixth verse.
But go rather to the lost sheep of the house of Israel.
Right. Go rather to the lost sheep of the house of Israel. To the lost sheep of the house of Israel. So whether if you didn't know anything and you thought that the Israelites were white, and if you thought that even the Gentiles were white, then it still is not everybody. That's still not everybody. There's only a certain select group, a nation of people that the Most High and Yahweh Shai, his son, is coming out for, man, is looking out for, that wants to be dealt with, that's dealing with us, that's been dealing. They've been laboring with us because we're a handful. We are a definite handful, right? I'm trying to get the one that I really want here. Salakia,
What you looking for? What was that?
I had oh nine and give me I'm skipping around a little bit. Give me Luke 9:62.
Oh,
Yeah, Luke 9:62, man. We just talked about being diligent, right? But there's two ways that we be diligent, man. We gotta go hard, we gotta put on our boots, man, and go to work, you know, and try to make ends meet to provide for our family, to provide food, shelter, um, and clothing to our significant other and our children. But on the other hand, we got to be diligent with this truth. Go ahead, bro.
I was looking at the comments. I was looking at Salib, Isaiah 55 and 1, kind of.
You could,
Uh,
oh, you could get that one after if you want. But yeah, Luke 9:62.
this is Luke chapter 9, verse 62. And Jesus said unto him, no man having his hand on a plow and looking back is fit for the kingdom of God.
Right. So I mean, this almost reminds me of being double-minded. Having one foot in, having one foot out, or maybe you got one hand on the plow. I mean, you're a little tired, right? And it gets that way. But the Most High is trying to kind of scare you a little bit, and hey, man, keep on pushing, man, because it's a survival of the fittest, right? In a certain aspect with this entry right here in this precept, survival of the fittest, man. You got to come on with it. You better keep on pushing that plow, man. Don't look back. You know, do not look back, because looking back is not good. There's a theme of looking back in the scriptures, right? Lots of
Mm-hmm.
white looking back. You don't look back. You look forward. Straight and narrow is the path. You don't look back. Do not look back. Keep pushing. Keep moving. When you fall, get yourself up, clean yourself off, and put your two hands back on that plow and don't look back. Right? Give
I
me Luke
promise you.
2. Yeah, give me Luke 2:49 just to pair it up a little bit.
Luke chapter 2 and verse, you said 49?
2:49, yeah. Okay.
This is Luke chapter 2 and verse 49. And he said unto them, how is it that ye sought me? Wist ye not that I must be about my father's business?
Right, so he's about his father's business. And I think he even told his mother that too. And it was a little, seemed like it was a little rude, but it just maybe because it's just the text. But yeah, he said, I have to be about my father's business, and we have to be about our father's business too. Because everything that Yahweh Shai is about, we're supposed to be about. Because I mean, we're ambassadors of Christ. It's in the name. And as an ambassador, you are you represent something, right? That's why if you get in trouble, as a brand ambassador, you get canceled. You no longer can represent that person because what you stand for, they don't stand for. You're right.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why if we're going, I mean, everybody's got something. Everybody's going through something. As long as you fighting and you battling and you're not willingly doing things you're not supposed to do, you should be all right. And your good name, should be held up, as we go through this thing. But we always got to keep on. There's always room for improvement, right?
It definitely
Always,
is in all
always,
aspects.
man. Because why are we doing this though? Why are we doing this though? Give me Matthew 6:19. Matthew 6:19, and then you can go to the 20th verse.
Okay. Matthew chapter 6 and verse 19. Lay not up for yourselves treasures upon the earth, where moth and rust do corrupt, and where thieves break through and steal. But lay up for
Right, right,
yourself
right.
treasures.
Go ahead. Go. No, that's good. That's good.
Let me read it over. Let me read it over. Lay up not for yourselves treasures upon earth, where moth and rust do corrupt,
Mm-hmm.
and where thieves break through and steal.
Mm-hmm.
Verse 20. But lay up for yourselves treasures in heaven, where neither moth nor rust do corrupt, and where thieves do not break through nor steal.
Right. So we're supposed to be saving and storing our treasures up in heaven while we take care of our earthly duties here. But when we do the works of the Most High, man, we're storing up our treasures in heaven. And there's many mansions that are in heaven too as well. And by being diligent, right? Hopefully we could all, you know, get one of those too as well. So that's what this thing is about. So because we aren't really technically of this world. We're getting ready for the world that's next to come. So it only makes sense to be building towards that next to come by storing up all the treasures. And what's the treasure? It's the good deeds. The good deeds. Doing things that the Most High does not. I mean, doing things that the Most High um, approves of, not displeasing the Most High. You know, those are the good works. Let's get more of that. Let's get First Timothy. Uh, yeah, let's get First Timothy 6:18. I'll get Philippians, Mother Pathia, next. Yeah, First Timothy 6:18.
First Timothy chapter 6 and verse 18.
Mm-hmm.
That they do good, that they be rich in works, ready to distribute, willing to communicate.
Right. They that do good, they that be rich in good works. Rich in good works. Rich in good works. Read 19.
Okay, kind. Verse 19. Laying up in a store for themselves a good foundation against the time to come, that they may lay hold on eternal life.
Kind of they may lay hold on eternal life with all the good works that they've done. The good works referring to the law, statutes, and commandments. Because they're gonna, and that's a good foundation. Because there's no better foundation than that chief cornerstone, which is Yahweh Shai. There's no better foundation than the word of the Most High. You know, and that's what our mansions are going to be built off of, man. Is the word, right? And good works to go along with that, right? You got to have faith and good works, right? A lot of scriptures. Philippians 3:13, if you can. I can get it too. Okay.
Philemian. Is it Philippians or Philemian?
Philippians.
Okay. Philippians
I think it's
3.
3 and 13. 3 and 13.
Con. Philippians. Brethren, brethren, I count not myself to have apprehended, but this one thing I do, forgetting those things which are behind, and reaching forth to those things. It's like you're reaching forth unto those things which are before. Verse 14. I pressed forward the mark for the prize of the high calling of God in Hamashiach Yahushua.
Right. So basically in 13, he's basically saying, hey man, forget what's behind, and go forward to what lies ahead, right? Forget the past, go forward to what lies ahead, right? Don't stay down on what you what's don't and I'm trying to think of different examples, right? When life gets you down, man, don't stay down, man, and don't reflect on what happened, right? Clean up, man, and keep it pushing. Okay, you didn't get this job. Don't dwell on it and go out on the block and do something drastic. You know, take a shower, pray to the Most High, and apply for some more, man, and keep it pushing, man, and keep forward. You gonna get something, man. You don't got to be on them streets no more. Trust me. Just keep going, man. Right? You're trying to get tempted with that. When good things don't happen quickly, we get tempted to do other things because we have to have that patience. That's another thing about having a good name. Like, are you patient enough to wait? Are you patient enough to not do evil? If things aren't working out for you, patience is everything. It's a major theme in the scriptures.
Definitely patience.
Right, and
Notice that either we're already perfect, but I follow after. It's that I may
Hold on, I'm
apprehend the
slacking.
which
My
also I
phone
have
is now
apprehended of Christ.
functioning.
oh no, you're good. It's like trying to read the scriptures now. Yeah, it's trying to read the scriptures. Yeah, man, we gotta keep that hand on the plow, man. Gotta keep that hand on the plow. Keep that hand on the plow. We gonna get these mansions built up. While their mansions are being destroyed, our mansions are gonna be built. While their mansions are going to be destroyed, ours are going to be rebuilt, and they won't be able to rebuild them. And they're going to be restoring and building a lot of different things. That's not going to be theirs. We just gotta keep on doing the good works, man, and keep on laboring. Keep on laboring. And then what's the purpose, man, of this whole thing? What's the purpose of this law, man? To keep us together, man, to keep us in order. Let's get First Timothy's 1 and 9.
First Timothy chapter 1 and verse 9. Knowing this, that the law is not made for the righteous man, but for the lawless and disobedience.
What was the law? What was the law made for?
The lawless and disobedience.
The lawless and disobedient, and
For the ungodly and for sinners.
uh huh,
For unholy and profane.
and who else?
For murderers of fathers and murderers of mothers, and for men.
That's right.
For,
Because it's, there's going to be a 2/3. There's always going to be a remnant of good, and there's always going to be a remnant of the can't get right, the the wickedness of Israel. There's always, I mean, we were just reading the Maccabees too, how there was wicked men in Israel. Even in Isaiah's time, there's wicked men. Jeremiah's time, there's wicked men. That's just what we got to, that's what it is. That's what it is. Some of our people are wicked, and that's why these laws were made. I mean, even when it was Adam, and before Adam, I mean, this world was dark and it was confused, and there was a lot of wickedness going on, even before the law was established, too, because man is inherently evil. His mind is evil. So that's why. Psalm 78 and 8. Psalm 78 and 8, man. So we got to, these are generational curses that we're talking about, man. Generational curses. Generational curses, man. That's why we got to do all this stuff right now. That's why we got to fight for a good name, because we ruin our own name. We got our name changed from Israel to Jacob, and we messed that up, man. Messed it up. Messed up our good name. Messed up our good name, man. So we gotta make it right. We gotta make it right. Whenever you're ready, brother. Psalm 78 and 8.
Psalm chapter 78, verse 8. It might not be as their fathers.
Go up one. Go up one.
Okay. Verse 7. That they might set up their hope in God and not forget to keep the works of God, but keep his commandments. It might not be as their fathers, stubborn and a rebellious generation, a generation that set not their heart aright, and whose spirit was not steadfast with God.
Right. So that's what we got to do. We can't be, we got to be better than the people that came before us. So I know that our forefathers weren't right, and they were stubborn and they were rebellious. But we gotta right that ship, man. We gotta right that ship. We gotta right that ship. Give me James 4 and 8. See what one I got to say. People who say the law is done away with, what's wrong with keeping them anyway? If they were, I'd rather keep them and being safe. And that's a great point, because I've always James 4 and 8. Hold that real quick. Yeah, there we go. There goes me again. You nice when you fly. I like you. She's quick. But yeah, man, it's like if the Bible was a how am I gonna say this? I got strange analogies. But if it was like a test, if life was a test, and it is a test, and we have this book called Basic Instructions Before Leaving Earth, and the students that are studying for this test, me and you and everybody else, are fighting and we're bickering and we're like, hey, I think the final exam is going to be on the Old Testament. Honestly, I think the final exam is going to be on the New Testament. And then somebody says, I think the final exam is going to be a little bit of both. I think it's going to be the old and new. So both the three of you are arguing about what you're going to concentrate on. Are you going to concentrate on doing the laws, or are you just going to concentrate on, just trying to be like a good person or whatnot and love everybody and all that type of stuff. So my thing is, I'd rather be prepared for the whole thing. So when I take the final exam, I'm not going to be surprised. Like, damn, there's a lot of New Testament in here. Or, damn, there's a lot of Old Testament. Damn, I might not pass this thing. Because if you don't pass the test, you ain't getting in. And people are kind of bull driving with this test that we about to take. So my thing is, I'd rather just study for the whole thing and be prepared. Right?
Mm-hmm.
and people doing, oh, I'm Old Testament only, or I'm this only. Like, man, I want I want it all. I want it all, right? That's what we want. Yes, they do. Oh yeah, James 4:8.
Con. James chapter 4, verse 8. Draw nigh to God, that he would drain nigh to you.
He
Cleanse
will
your
draw nigh to
hands.
you. So like it. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Nah, so like that was my fault. I should have paused right there, like we usually do. Let me start it over. Draw nigh to God, and he will draw nigh to you. Cleanse your hands, ye sinners, and purify your hearts, ye double-minded.
Right, man. Because every time I think we can get that in Isaiah 59, but I'll pull that. But yeah, man, because because we're like we treat sin like it's a cart of rope, man. We pull it and pull it and pull it, man, and we we bring that sin closer onto us, and when we bring that sin closer onto us, the Most High gets farther and farther away from us. And then I know that we did a class on sound, right? And the brother Yediah was talking about, how the frequency that we put off and how much of that frequency we have, it can reach the Most High quicker than maybe some people, right? But if you're vibrating at a low frequency, you just did some filthy stuff, you know, um, you're not cleansed, and everything like that. I mean, when you pray up to the Most High, He might not hear you as clearly, or even at all, as somebody that's vibrating on a higher frequency with you, So
Just came from slave
oh. Anyway, bill collectors, man, they just gotta call on a Shabbat. Oh, I'm just kidding. All right. So anyway, let's keep it moving. I'll leave that. So let's talk about disobedience. Let's talk about disobedience. This is the last part of the Q and like my little Q&A. I'm getting better at these little Q&As. But I got two that I think are like the most egregious. Can anybody, it could be anything. There's no wrong answers. Can anybody give examples of Israel being rebellious or disobedient? I'll give y'all some time real quick. Rebellious or disobedient. I won't. I mean, if we have trouble, then I'll get my first one, and then we'll read along the second one that I have. But I just want to have y'all participate a little bit, and while y'all do that, get Second Corinthians 5 and. I mean, don't get like. I'm not. It's not easy. I mean, it's not hard though. I got you though. I got you because I got two already. As I get older, I might get a little bit like a little bit tougher on you. But right now, I'm gonna be the nice one. I'm the nice one. Yeah, but two example. I mean, one example of disobedience in the scriptures, if you can. If not, or you could, you know, what what would you think would be disobedient? According to the scriptures. And like I said, if y'all can't, I'll pop in one. You know what? Let's do that. Let's do that. Let's get Exodus 32 and 4. Get Exodus 30. Start up at the first verse. Exodus 32. Start up at the first verse. Adam and Eve. Okay. Yeah, that was wild. That was wild too. That was wild too. Hold on. Before you read that, that was wild too. Just because it's like whose fault really was that though? Because it's like I think the Most High did that on purpose though, for some reason, just to kick off this whole movie that we got. I mean, if that didn't happen, the movie doesn't happen, right? Adam is still the man. He's still immortal. Eve is good, right? You know, she didn't want to be like the other people, right? So it's like, what happened? Because the Most High is giving Adam instruction, and then Eve's over there by herself, and then you got all these other dudes plotting and scheming, So it's all good. Yeah, she disobeyed Adam. I just feel like it's a complicated situation, but it was disobedience. But that is a classic. And then I'll give Beverly that one too as well. So let's get Exodus 32, 1 and 4, and then I'll get that first Maccabees 1 and 11, which is good. So I can tell that she was probably on that class then yesterday. Yeah, 32. Let's get Exodus 32, 1 through 4. This for me is the most egregious one. And I say this, and it's okay to laugh at it and everything like that because we got to be better than that. We got to be better than that. That's why it's like you just shake your head like, oh, Saul, why'd you do that? Or oh, Solomon, why'd you marry her? So you got to think like you don't want someone to be like, oh, B, why'd you have to do that? So it just makes you kind of, okay, our people made mistakes. We're going to go over some of those mistakes of disobedience just to know that, we can't slip. We can't slip like that. But anyway, Exodus 32. Oh, I think you're on mute.
Okay. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, come.
Okay. And when the people saw Moses delayed to come down out of the mount, the people gathered themselves together unto Aaron and said unto them, Up, make us gods, which shall go before us. For as for this Moses, the man that brought us out of the land of Egypt, we wot not what is of. Let me read that part over.
Mm-hmm.
Aaron and said unto him, Up, make us gods, which shall go before us.
Mm-hmm.
For as for this Moses, the man that brought us up out of the land of Egypt, we want not what is become of him.
So they got Aaron. Like we witnessed a whole miracle, like the Red Sea split. I don't know if it looked like the cartoon or whatever, but we went across the sea and escaped danger. Okay? We seen the people running after us all die by somebody that we could not see in some entity. And our people, after all that was over with, were like, make us a new God. Like, what? Like, that's how you know, like, some of our people are just, like, not there in the head. They're just not all there in the head. And, like, and Aaron, gosh. I just read about how Aaron's sons disobeyed the Most High, and they got smoked by a big fire, right? For lighting a strange fire. when the Most High commanded them not. I mean, that's where they get it from. I mean, that is just real dumb on Aaron's part. That's real dumb on Aaron's part, right? And what did Aaron say to them, man? What did Aaron say?
Verse
Verse
2.
2. Mhm.
And Aaron said unto them, break off the golden earrings which are in the ears of your wives, of your sons, and of your daughters, and bring
Mhm.
them to me. And all the people break off the golden earrings which were in their ears, and brought them to Aaron.
Mhm.
And he received them at their hand, and fashioned them with a graving tool. After he made it a molten calf. And they
Yeah.
said,
Mhm.
these be thy gods, O Israel, which brought thee out of the land of Israel.
Skip down to 7.
Salah, out of the land of Egypt. Verse
Uh, we know this. We know this. Let's see.
they have corrupted
Yeah,
they have corrupted
yeah. They have corrupted themselves, man. Verse 7. But y'all get the point, though, man. I know that we made the Most High wax hot, right? We wanted to destroy us for all of that, but that was, I thought, was like the most egregious disobedient type of thing that we did, because that's like it's so early in this thing and we already messed up. That was like, ugh, that was a little irritating. That was a little. It's an open book quiz. Yeah, it's an open book. Oh yeah, it's open book. Y'all can dig up in it and get what y'all need to get. Numbers 12 and 10. I'll get that one.
okay.
Numbers 12 and 10. Yeah, it's just going through disobedience in the scriptures, just to remind us, just to be on point. And if we mess up, try not to make a habit of it like our forefathers did, because we got a whole bunch here. You know, what was it? Numbers 12, 10. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Let me get the right one.
Just came from slave court.
Oh, we probably got to read the. We got to get to the top though. So let's read the first verse. So Numbers. Let's get the Numbers chapter 12 verse 1. And Miriam and Aaron spoke against Moses because of the Ethiopian woman whom he had married, for he had married an Ethiopian woman. So he married a strange woman. That's a little bit disobedient, right? Which is normal for the men. We always like to marry them strange woman. And they said, hath the Most High indeed spoken only by Moses? Hath he not spoken also by us? And the Most High heard it. Now the man Moses was very meek above all the men which are upon the face of the earth. Okay. So that's what the Most High was dealing with, man. He was dealing with a very humble, lowly type of brother, man. And verse 4, the Most High spake suddenly to Moses and unto Aaron and unto Miriam, come out, ye three, onto the tabernacle of the congregation. And they three came out. And the Most High came down in the pillar of a cloud and stood in the door of the tabernacle and called Aaron and Miriam, and they both came forth. And he said, now hear my words. If there be a prophet among you, I, the Most High, will make myself known unto him in a vision, and will speak unto him in a dream. And my servant Moses is not so, who is faithful. My servant Moses is not so, who is faithful in all mine house. With him I will speak mouth to mouth, even apparently, and not in dark speeches. and the similitude of the Most High shall be whole. Wherefore, then were you not afraid to speak against my servant Moses? Oh, okay. So they spoke against his servant Moses being disobedient, right? And the anger of the Most High was kindled against them, and he departed. And the cloud departed off from the tabernacle, and behold, Miriam became lepers, right? So, um, so they displeased them, right? They, they, they were, they spoke against his servant Moses, and then Moses, and then Miriam became lepers, as white as snow, which is another cut because that means that Miriam was a woman of color. She had melanin. She was a different shade of brown, right? And Aaron looked
Mhm.
upon Miriam, and behold, she was leprous, right? Doo-doo-doo-doo. I think we're. What else? Do we have something else? Sorry, I'm like flipping back. Numbers 12, 10. Okay. Come. Come. So leprosy. Leprosy for Miriam. Talking trash, man. Speaking out against people. It's a form of disobedience. That's good. Let's see here. First Maccabees 1 and 11. I'll get this one too. I'm gonna give you a little break.
Okay.
First Mac. First Maccabees chapter 1 verse 11. And in those days there went out of Israel wicked men who persuaded many, saying, "Let's go and make a covenant with the heathen that are round about us." So, for since we departed from them, we had much sorrow. Right, right. So that's a form of being disobedient because you went and you made another covenant with the Romans and the Greeks when you already made one with the Most High. And that was a blood oath. That wasn't just no little a little side deal. Hey, spare my life, give me a little bit of bread, and you could take everybody else. No, that was a blood oath. You know, like if you don't do this, you're gonna die, and if you do it, you're gonna live. So that's an example of that. That's awesome. Oh wow, y'all was like really pumping them out. Okay. Deuteronomy 28 and 68. Why don't you get that one, brother?
Con. This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, and verse 68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships, by the way whereof I spake unto thee. Thou so shalt see it no more again. And there ye shall be sold unto your enemies for
I'm doing a Bible
bondwomen
class right now. Let me call you right back.
and bondmen,
Yeah, I'm doing a Bible class right now. Let me call you back.
and no man shall buy you.
Yeah, so and read 15. But why? Why?
Verse 15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe to do all his commandments, his statutes, which I commanded thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
Right. So all those curses, including Deuteronomy 28 and 68, that cargo slave ship curse, which we went through, which should be a sign that we are those people. Numbers 12. I'll get this one.
We just
Numbers
read
12.
that.
I think. Oh yeah, no. I think she's doing a good job. So I'm thinking that she's scribing for me. Okay. Genesis 38:9. Genesis 38:9. Let's see what else we got here. Very interesting. Oh yeah. Oh, snap.
You want to grab that?
No, I got it. I got it. I just want to make sure I know where to start. Let's get Genesis chapter 38. Let's start. Let's start. Okay, let's do 8. And Judah said unto Onan, go into thy brother's wife and marry her, and raise up seed to thy brother. Verse 9. And Onan knew that the seed should not be his, and it came to pass when he went into his brother's wife that he spilled it on the ground, lest he should give seed to his brother. And the thing which he did displeased the Most High, wherefore he slew him also. So once again, disobedient, didn't follow a direct order, right? Didn't follow a direct order. So Onan, come on, brother. You gotta have her conceive. You gotta follow the orders, man. As being a good soldier of Hamashiach Yahushua, man, you gotta follow orders. Because all these orders are lawful commands. All of them are righteous and good, but we just have a hard time with that. Let's get, and this will be the last one. Great job, Tawab job. A brotherly duty. Yeah, it is though. It is though. It's definitely a brotherly duty, I guess. When I don't know if people do it like that anymore. But it is what it is. Lost track. Judges 2-11. What you got? Why don't you get Judges 2-11? It's me again. What you got, sister? Judges 2-11. Yeah, man, this was great, man. Great participation. I told you it wasn't that bad. I'm not gonna do nothing so crazy because I still gotta give you answers too. Whenever you're ready. Whenever you're ready, go ahead.
Judges chapter 2, verse 11.
Wait, I gotta get it. Judges, I gotta read along with you. I gotta hold on.
I was reading Wonder Wander's comment.
Oh yeah, no, I read that too. I did that too.
Okay, focus. Judges chapter 2, verse 11. And the children of Israel did evil in sight of the Lord and served Balaam.
Mm-hmm. Right. And read down to 13.
Okay. I'll just proofreading. Verse 12. They forsook the Lord God of their fathers, which brought them out of the land of Egypt, and followed their gods, of the gods of the people that were round about them, and bowed themselves unto them, and provoked the Lord to anger. And they forsook the Lord and served Baal and Ashtaroth.
Right. So disobedience by way of idolatry. So two of them were disobedience by idolatry. Two of them were disobedience by idolatry. So that was a very good one. Very good. And if we read up, what happened? Why did they do that? Right. So let's get eight. Get eight. Get eight.
I was just right there.
Mm-hmm.
And Joshua, the son of Nun, the servant of the Lord, died, being 110 years old. And they buried him in the border of his inheritance in Timnatheres, in the mount of Ephraim, on the north side of the hill of Gash.
And then just verse 10.
And also all that verse 10. And also all that generation were gathered unto their fathers. And there arose another generation after them, which knew not the Lord, nor yet the works which he had done for Israel.
See what happens? This is like a theme still. You take away our leader, you take away our momentum, our culture, you take away everything. All you have to do is just cut the head off of the snake and the body dies, man. And that's a theme with our people, man. Joshua passed away, wasn't even taken away. He just passed away, man. He did everything that he could do. He passed away with a good name. Joshua had a good name. Okay? Joshua, the son of Nun, the servant of the Lord, he had a good name being 110 years old. He passed away with a good name. But what we have to do is, and that's why I love AOC and I love brothers, man, because it's just like each one teach one, build everybody up. Everybody is supposed to be able to spit. This thing's supposed to be like Wu-Tang Clan, man. You got all these brothers is just hot. All these brothers can spit, man. All brothers got bars, man. Everybody that listens to him, everybody got a favorite one. You know, I like his delivery, or I like his teaching style, or I like that. So if one of us goes away, right, it wasn't all on old dirty bastard. It wasn't all on him, you know. So when he had passed away, it's not like everything went down, you know. So with Malcolm X, with Martin Luther King, with the Black Panther Party, when all the leaders gets taken out in our community, we go down because there's no more of it. I think they even took down this dude that was had a big black militia going on, but they took him down, and now everything's ruined. They're all disbanded. They're all in littler groups now. It's like a game of divide and conquer almost with our people. It's like you take out our leader. Now it's not centralized. They have just a bunch of different little organizations, but it's not as strong as it is.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's why it's good that we building up more leaders, building up strong teachers. So if one of us goes down, it doesn't just all go to crap. And that's why I actually really like how this verse hit with Judges 2:11. This is a great verse. A lot of stuff always in the scriptures. There's just a lot there when you really just take a look at it. Let's do one more. This is mine. This is my one. So let me get it for you. It's when the Israelites ask for a king in 1 Samuel's. 1 Samuel's chapter 8. All right, so let's get it though. So this is 1 Samuel chapter 8, verse 1. And it came to pass when Samuel was old, once again, Samuel, this is the first judge of Israel. This is the dude right here, right? But he was old though when he made his sons judges over Israel. Now, the name of his firstborn was Joel, and his second Abiah, and they were judges in Beersheba. And his sons walked not in his ways. See, and it's just like that. That's an issue right here. That's an issue because you know that Samuel was trying to train him up in all of his ways. I mean, Samuel, when he was just a child, the Most High was speaking to him. He went to Eli and was like, "Yo, I hear somebody calling me." And he was like, "Well, this is how you will." I did. Oh, that's the Most High. Address him like this. Yes, yes, your servant is here. Or something like that, right? I'm paraphrasing, but he was special. So why his sons don't walk in his ways is beside me. That's another that's disobedience right now. Even before we get to that, not walking in your father's ways is a form of disobedience. Because every time, it is what it is. But let's keep reading. But turned aside after lucre and took bribes and perverted judgment, right? And all the elders, 'cause that's what happens when you don't walk in the ways of your parents, man. You turn to wickedness for the most part. Maybe they don't, maybe you don't, maybe mommy and daddy, I don't want to be a lawyer, and then you kind of run away and do your own thing and become successful. That's a little bit something different, you know. Um, but they just went all the way off here. Verse 4. Then all the elders of Israel gathered themselves together and came to Samuel onto Ramah and said unto them, Behold, thou art old, and thy sons walk not in thy ways. Now make us a king to judge us like all the nations. So they didn't want the Most High to be their king, man. But the thing displeased Samuel when they said, Give us a king to judge us. And Samuel prayed unto the Most High. And what did the Most High say? And the Most High said unto Samuel, Hearken unto the voice of the people, and all that they say unto thee. For they have not rejected thee, but they have rejected me, that I shall not reign over them. So that's what it is, man. And they gave him a wicked king after that. Then they've had wicked kings. So that was something that was totally like, what? You want to be like all the rest of the nations, man. Something else. I just thought that was kind of egregious too, as well. Yeah, we are some crazy people, man. We are some crazy ones.
Definitely.
Yeah. We just read about that, I think, yesterday too. Just disobedient, being that, and it's okay to shake your head and be upset about it. We just gotta be a little bit more diligent. That's why it says like to listen diligently. Hearken diligently. Listen, obey, do these things. All right. But most importantly, though, I just wanted to check in, right? Make sure everybody's doing all right, and when it gets it's almost that time for our seasons to come up, as far as the the Purims and the Passovers and all that, first fruits and all that. So let's get both hands on this plow, and let's not look back, man. Let's keep it pushing forward and see what the Most High has in store for this year, 2024. Should be a lot of bangers going on. Should be a lot of fireworks. But that was the end of class. The water for letting us edify the people, man. Today, all praises to the Most High. I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your Shabbat. Have a wonderful evening with your friends and family. Sorry for holding y'all up a little bit today. I know that brothers were a little sick, so we just try and do the best we can. And I will see y'all on the next one. Okay. The water for all the cowards. The water for y'all participation too. This was an excellent class. Y'all made it a fun class. But shalom, everybody. It's Shabbat.